Welcome to the 7th Annual Beacon Awards. Each year, Shore Publishing's Beacon Awards recognize a few of the outstanding individuals who selflessly help fulfill the shoreline community's promise as a place of opportunity, well-being, and safety for all. Over the past 7 years, we've received hundreds of nominations from readers eager to share stories of friends, neighbors, and family members who best embody the spirit of the community. From that deep pool of inspiring stories, we've selected these 15 exceptional citizens who serve as beacons of the community. Let's meet your 2019 Beacon Award honorees. Ken Engelman, Branford.
I volunteered for numerous nonprofit organizations, among them the Dan Cosgrove Animal Shelter, the Branford Compassion Club, the Branford Exchange Club, and now the national organization Pets for Vets. My main role in these organizations was creating fundraising events to not only raise money, but to create public awareness of these organizations, which I continue on a larger scale for Pets for Vets. I developed Woofstock on the Branford Green in 2013, which still continues to this day. I also created and produced several other successful events, such as Animal Carnival at Pine Orchard Yacht Club and Barkaloo at the Owenigo Beach Club. Now I'm devoting most of my time to volunteering for the national nonprofit Pets for Vets, which matches shelter pets with our veterans as companion animals.
Amanda Gabrielle, North Haven.
I got my start volunteering at church picnics and Rotary Club flea markets. I organize walks against domestic violence, and I was a crisis counselor for a long time. But most recently, my volunteer work has been centered around helping the children within North Haven. I'm on the North Haven Board of Education, the PTA, and the PTA Council, where I serve on a number of subcommittees, from policy to athletic fields to personnel searches. I serve on the People Investing in People Foundation, which is an organization that brings education, technology, and leadership opportunities to kids in Connecticut and abroad. I am the ambassador for my company's United Way Giving campaign, and my daughter and I spend quite a bit of time volunteering with parents of children with her condition. She has craniosynostosis, so we meet with other parents of children with that condition, and we just try to bring them a little bit of peace in a very tumultuous time.
Sonia Gibbs, Clinton.
I've been volunteering for a good number of years here in Clinton. Since we've been here, I am currently working for the Shoreline Soup Kitchens and Food Pantries at the local Clinton Pantry, where we distribute food every Wednesday night. In conjunction with that, I also coordinate the volunteers for the Connecticut Food Bank's mobile food truck, which comes once a month to Clinton and once a month to Old Saybrook. I work 2 days a week at Meals on Wheels, packing the meals. I don't drive, packing the meals. And I work at our church. Currently I'm working in the library. And I've been a volunteer officer with the Shoreline branch of American Association of University Women for a number of years.
Carrie Hull, Chester.
I am president of the Chester Historical Society, where we are sitting right now. The Chester Historical Society is celebrating its 50th year, preserving Chester history. I moved to Chester in 1976. My next door neighbors were involved in the Chester Historical Society, which had started just a few years before that. And immediately we were members of the Historical Society, and it went on from there. I think a historical society in these small towns is important because it saves what might be lost. That's what we do. We are constantly hoping to keep saving the stories and the histories that are so plentiful in this very small town of ours. I am more and more aware of how much one learns from volunteering. Learning about the history of our town when I have been and still am involved with the Chester Library, working on things for the library. You just learn so much, and you work with people, and you keep meeting fabulous people.
Deborah Carcio-Mals, Old Saybrook.
I work for, or volunteer a lot of times for Park and Rec, teaching dance to young students at Goodwin School. Little 2 and 5-year-olds, 2 to 5-year-olds come to Park and Rec. I also work a lot through Youth and Family Services. We put on a huge show every year in town. And I volunteer at the Kate here for the Oscar party. And I have a dance group of women my age and men that I've gotten together for about 21 years now, and we just, we've done performances at Gladeview and that, just fun dance kind of oriented things is what I do. Dancing with the kids, teaching them. We do a summer theater program. We do the parades in the summer down Main Street here on Memorial Day, which is so much fun. I just want kids to experience the joy of dance, and maybe, they can't go to a dance school or whatever. I come to them.
Wendy Mawini, Essex.
Through the years, I worked for all kinds of different places, in museums, historical societies, historic places, you name it. I was out there. If it had anything to do with teaching colonial history, I was there. One of my main missions is teaching Connecticut history, and it's so exciting. And here we come to this house, which is known as the Long Yellow House. And we bought the house, and we've just been working on it feverishly. One of the organizations I was involved in before we moved also was the DAR. The DAR is a service organization. It promotes patriotism, and historic preservation is certainly one of their focuses too. Preservation work was exactly what we were doing here. Unbeknownst to me, the regent of the DAR came to my front door here to tell me that I had received the National Historic Preservation Award. The next organization I joined was the Essex Garden Club. After the first year of restoration, I had a little bit more time to get involved in the Essex Historical Society. That was a given. One thing is they have a partnership with the Essex Garden Club. The Garden Club actually maintains the historic kitchen garden, and I'm the chairperson of that committee.
Bruce McIntyre, Madison.
Well, let's start with the Cove Center for Grieving Children, which was founded by my wife, Rene, and a couple from Guilford, Jim and Marianne Emsweiler. We now have 7 sites in Connecticut. We're the largest children's grievance group in the state. We also have Camp Erin, Connecticut, which is on Bantam Lake in June. It's an overnight camp for grieving kids ages 6 to 17. And the Run for the Cove that I've been involved with now, this is my 20th year. There's another organization I'd like to talk about, which is Madison ABC. We have 5 kids, and our youngest son, Justin, he came to us, he said, I'm the only one at home. We need to get somebody. I don't want to be alone here for the next 2 years. And he's the one who said, well, what about ABC? Don't they have host parents? And Rene and I said, what a great idea. So we ended up talking to Priscilla McInnes. Well, she said, I have a special young man who I would like very much to place with you. And his name is Leo Arias. We basically said, welcome to our home.
Kimberly Olson, Deep River.
I am an EMR for the Deep River Ambulance, so I drive the ambulance. And I'm also part of the Pandemonium Rainforest Project, which is a rescue for exotic birds and reptiles. My daughter introduced us to the Little Free Library. Our whole family loves to read, and she brought it to my attention, and we decided it would be kind of cool to have one in town, and we put one here at Platwood Park, and then we put one at just recently at the Deep River Historical Society. So we now have 2 that my husband and I and my family has done. Family always comes first, but a lot of what I do, especially when I first started, was for the kids. And now the kids are older, and now I'm starting to do stuff that I like to do, like for the ambulance and for the Pandemonium. My daughter is with the Deep River Friends of the Deep River Library with me, so we both do that. She's actually the treasurer for them. And my son volunteers at the Pandemonium Rainforest Project.
Rene Pantani, Branford.
The main organization is Feed Branford Kids. It's an organization that provides weekend meals for the elementary schools in Branford for some of the kids that wouldn't necessarily have food to eat during the weekend. So we pack up, we call them backpacks, with lunches and breakfasts and milks and juices and some snacks and fruit, and we deliver them to the schools, and the school social workers hands them out to the kids that are signed up for our program. I'm the treasurer of the organization. Feed Branford Kids program started with my mother-in-law, who passed away a couple of years ago, and she was interested and wanted to help the kids from Branford to make sure that they had enough food. So I'm just trying to make sure that the program continues on in her name. One other program that I help with is the Branford Counseling Center, their Christmas program. We do a big gift drive over Thanksgiving weekend at Walmart called the Christmas Caddy that provides toys and gifts for the counseling center for their Secret Santa program.
Diane Papakota, North Branford.
I presently volunteer on quite a few boards. One of them is the Branford Early Childhood Collaborative. I also am a co-chair of the roundtables, which help teachers and directors and all the preschools. We have free meetings for everybody. We want to give back to the community by helping them to educate our children. Then I'm on the board of the School Readiness Council, an organization that provides lower income families with preschool. I'm on the Community Dining Room Board. We are going out into the community. Last night we gave 101 backpacks. We give food. We're part of Feed Branford Kids. We go and give out things on the weekend. We're always busy doing that. We just, wherever anything is happening in the community, that's what we do.
Tina Phelan, Madison.
I am Vice President of Madison Little League, and with that I do a bunch of different things. I do uniforms, I do background checks, I do volunteer coordinating, team parent coordination, I did the summer ball commissioner, help out with the schools. This year I'm doing the Brown PTO. I'm president of the Brown PTO and vice president at Polson. The Closer to Free ride I do every September, and I run the Durham Rest Stop. And then there's a few different nights throughout the year that they put together little events that I help out with as well, take pictures for.
Brian Savo, East Haven.
I'm on the Board of Directors of the Connecticut Chapter ALS Association. I've been there for about 7 years. I'm an advocate for the Hospital for Special Care, which is in New Britain. It's a fully certified ALS clinic. I'm a Mason and a patient advocate. And then watching, myself being diagnosed with ALS 2009. I had 2 young children. Talked to my wife, and our goal was to show our children that there's a lot of obstacles in life, but even though you have challenges, you can get over those challenges. So then I started giving back right away to the ALS Association, getting involved in all their walks. I go down to DC as an advocate to speak to the House and the Senators for policy issues. And then in 2016, I was the co-chair of the Travelers Golf Tournament here in Connecticut with Jay Fishman, and I had a major role in advocacy work and fundraising that year for the Hospital for Special Care and for Johns Hopkins for research.
Kristen Song, Guilford.
I volunteer for the Ethan Miller Song Foundation. It came about after my son was killed with an unsecured weapon, and we wanted to make sure that we honored him throughout all of the things that he loved, which was animals. We want to keep kids safe, And of course, he wanted to go into the military, so we honor a lot of veterans. You know, one of the important things that the Ethan Miller Song Foundation is trying to do is trying to end gun violence in the urban cities. So we've been working closely with New Haven. This isn't just about a white child from the suburbs getting killed. We are also very instrumental in trying to end gun violence in the urban cities. So we're bringing attention to that. We've opened up a center in New Haven for the most at-risk children. And these are children who don't have a bed to sleep in, they don't have dinner at night. And so this center is going to be like a safe haven for them. And we're going to try to instill in them that they are loved and cherished and show them that there is a big, beautiful world out there that they can be instrumental and a productive citizen in.
Nikki Travaglino, Guilford.
Whether I'm a sponsor through my business, Homes for Heroes, or if I'm volunteering at the actual event, if someone will ask, I'm doing this fundraiser, will you support me? It's always yes. But there's a few that I'm very passionate about. So one would be the Cove Center for Grieving Children. And another one would be, I'm a member of what's called Team PFF, which stands for Pink Friends Forever. And it's a group of 8 ladies who are so dynamic and they give so much to the community. And I just kind of got wrapped into it. So we have our leader, Jackie, and she'll pick organizations, and before you know it, we're volunteering and we're running food tents and whatever people need us to do.
We've heard what these honorees do for the community. Now let's hear how that service rewards them.
Volunteering has taught me that the smallest effort can make such a positive difference with veterans and also with shelter pets. From 15 minutes a week to a full-time job, volunteering creates opportunities and offers tremendous benefits to those in need.
What a great group of people there are out there volunteering. I've met some wonderful friends, and then I also find that I'm making friendships with people who come to the pantry and the mobile food truck. And this is just a wonderful thing.
Volunteering is the ultimate exercise in democracy. You get to cast a vote once a year in elections, but when you volunteer, you get to cast a ballot each and every day for initiatives and causes that are important to you. And I cast my ballot every day for the community in which I want to live, one that is safe, equitable, and respects the dignity of all its members.
I was initially unaware of how many people do volunteer and are unsung heroes and heroines. It is mind-blowing to see the talent and expertise and how they want to give back. What goes around comes around, and you see the impact of your efforts. It's what it's all about, and you feel good. But that's all a part of giving of yourself to others, and a lot of it they don't even know that we're doing it, but we're doing it because we know it's the right thing to do.
You know, we're very fortunate to have what we have. I'm very blessed. And if I can help somebody who maybe is on hard times or doesn't have the means to get what they need, food, clothing, anything, I'm going to do what I can.
Once you volunteer for something, it kind of snowballs. You want to go into another organization, you meet somebody and say, okay, I want to help you with that. You meet somebody else and say, okay, I want to help you with them. So before you know it, you're involved in everything, and you just take little bits of yourself and you give it all you've got.
Every time you volunteer for a different organization, you meet folks who give their heart and soul, and you look at them and you come away from it thinking to yourself, wow, how do they do it? And it gives you an incentive to keep doing and be a better person, I think. So when you say, what have you learned about, donating your time, I would say it's therapeutic to help with your own grief and your own troubles by giving back.
The power of your passion and where you can go with it. And that really is the root of volunteerism too, I think. It's the best of humanity because people they're going above and beyond themselves to do something, yes, that they are interested in love, but for a greater cause.
I certainly thank my husband. My husband, Martin, is my driver. I thank him 110%.
I thank my husband and my kids.
Thank you for having voted for me. I would like to thank my staff here at Nantucket Custom Flooring for all they do. Family, friends.
I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Robin Comey. I want to thank Judy. I want to thank my husband, Nick. I want to thank my teachers. I want to thank the parents, all the people behind the scenes. And the kids, I want to thank the kids. The kids make my day unbelievable. It's like never coming to work. It's like you just love being here because you feel like they love you and you're making such a difference in their lives.
I'd like to thank my husband, my parents, my children, and Wynne and Annette Beloujean, who are the founders of the People Investing in People Foundation. They are truly inspirational folks.
Well, my husband says that I have to thank him because it's all about Jerry for being so supportive. But I would say if there was anyone I had to thank would be the McIntyres for, just giving themselves and helping so many families.
Just want to thank everybody for helping me out and keeping the program going. It's really important that Feed Branford Kids continues.
I just feel like there's too many to thank. Barbara and Edmund Delaney, Leslie Strauss, Skip Hubbard, who's the past president, Pete Zanardi's another one. The list goes on.
The Beacon Award itself, to put this wonderful program together, it makes you smile, it makes your heart feel good.
Most recently, that's probably the most, this is like so bad.
It's all right. I'm going to chop it up.
Oh, no, this is so bad.
Yes.
Easy, right?
That's it. Good luck trying to get something.
I mean, the fact that I have no idea what I said, or that you may say, well, I got a challenge because we got 2 hours worth of stuff from him.
You're all done.
And you're going to make me look good.
Of course.
Now I get to do it as a volunteer and help nonprofits grow and prosper. Oh God, that was terrible. Oh, sorry. Am I in the right spot again?
I love it. You want to know my quote? God is the DJ, life is the dance floor, love is the rhythm, and you are the music. And that's why you should always have a disco ball. And leave a trail of glitter wherever you go, because it's important. That's what we try to do, seriously. So,
am I in the right spot?
It perfectly suits our... Cut.
But just to hear that and just to have her say that was amazing. Yeah, the phone rings, people walk in. Sorry. It's who we are.
Is this a good spot?
This is not good.
You're fine.
No, I'm not really not. I'm going to be, put that in too. No.
And they were the fairies, and they came out from everywhere in their tutus dancing around the stage, and the audience went wild. They were our typical husbands who had been very ordinary guys until you put a tutu on them and they were dancing and singing. So I hope that works.
So I have a funny story for you. I once kissed a pig on the lips in exchange for a donation to the shelter, and the photo was published in the New Haven Register.
Thank you so much.
Can you find something out of that?
You did awesome.
Sorry, I always feel, yeah, okay, thank you. You're very kind.
Well, you can edit out a lot of that.
Is it a wrap? Did I drive you crazy? Oh my God.
I guess that's it.
I love that.